Lacoste, I think what we want to talk about, or what you want to talk about, is the final couple of picks. Venomancer came out, an audible groan from Lacoste where it's like, oh, that's disgusting. And then the Lina where he was actually disgusted. 10th pick Lina, something you're not a fan of. But do you think it's all right here?
I think it's all right here. Usually, I'm the guy who's gonna say this pick is super shitty, especially if it's 10th pick. But considering the heroes that they have, they know what win condition is. You have your anti-mage. You just want to buy time. You do not want to get ran over by the strat that 5 men have. So they needed someone that's gonna push out the lane. Someone's gonna do well in the laning stage against Zeus, and it's a comfortable pick for V as well. So I can understand why they went for it. You expected me to go ham on the 10th pick, Lina, didn't you? Huh?
No, that's why I said it's all right here, isn't it? It's not as devastating as sometimes you like to make it out to be. Bounty rune contest is already beginning. Mind Control's going to sneak one away from Pilardai bottom. As up top, GH already battling with Misery's Spirit Breaker. Getting that Arctic Burn going. Bit of chip damage there. Long cooldown on this level 1 spell. We've seen a fair few Wyverns go for like Splinter Blast level 1, especially just to secure range creeps. But we'll see exactly what this Wyvern gets up to.
Wyvern, not particularly strong laner. 46 damage with Null Talisman, you know.
Oh.
A bit of yikes.
Doesn't feel so great. Pilardai, what are you up to? Boots on the Magnus. Something that the panel pointed out, you know, obviously Magnus doesn't feel like a great hero here. They had to kind of shift him into the position 5. Nobody for him to really empower in this game either. Maybe you give it to the bear. We'll see exactly what Pilardai has planned as he shockwaves the creep wave. Tries to drag it away, but both GH and RMN giving chase onto Pilardai. Try and body block the wave, stop him from dragging. No, just let him take it.
So Pilardai is just buying time so that Venomancer can get some XP on the top lane. Venom's starting with the Poison Stink, pretty standard stuff. AM, we see that quite often where they tend to get 1 Ring of Regen, sometimes even 2 if you're playing like Void into Venomancer. But let's check the mid lane. Zeus 6-1 so far, pretty good. We only sitting at 3 CS and 1 deny, and he's very low on HP. Also, he needs to be very careful about using that healing cell, because it can easily get cancelled by Chessie.
Yeah, against a Zeus not buying a magic stick, trying to rush into that bottle as quickly as he can. I didn't really place any wards to spot the Radiant high ground in that mid lane. There's just one watching for the rotations of Misery's Spirit Breaker off towards that bottom rune spot. So I guess we thinking that he's not likely to get any charges anyway, as Chessie can just play Fog. And we gives it as good as he takes. Good little light striker right there with a right-click harass. And then bottom lane, our final lane. Ace on the Lone Druid. Mind Control, and now GH down here as Misery's Spirit Breaker, trying to get towards the courier, but he's just going to bash around the Centaur for a little bit.
Anti-Mage is pre-farming on the top lane, getting very close to his Ring of Health. Once you get that, you don't care too much about Venomancer at all, especially because it's a position 5 mag, starting with the Boots of Speed. They might actually swap things around, give priority to mag in this game so that he can get the mid lane. Chessie, he'll drop.
Oh, we diving on a tier 1 and the Shockwave misses. Level 2 Dragon Slave there from the Lina. Able to keep that damage going from reasonably long range. A great start for Yelena already. And this is in large down to the fact that Misery hasn't been able to make any rotations mid, really. Mind Control and GH both keeping the Spirit Breaker bottom. And also, Misery has to kind of give this experience to the Lone Druid, so he's been trying to keep out of creep wave range while still trying to harass his opponents.
It's a good start for V on a mid. Because of that kill and solo XP, he will get faster 6 than Zeus and might even grab another kill. Also has a bottle, so someone will need to go and check the rune just to secure it. Like, what I dislike about 5-man draft is that they are giving free lane to Anti-Mage. Like, Zibe is gonna keep harassing him with the Poison Sting, but Ring of Regen and Ring of Health plus regeneration coming from the tower will be enough for AM to sustain in this lane. And Magnus does not give you any kill threat, at least not on AM.
Well, they try on the Undying. RMN just pops a quick decay and TPs away. GH getting bashed up mid as Chessie's chased by Wee. One Mango is ready here for the Lina. He's trying to keep going for this, and the Light Strike Array, no, it's the Dragon Slave that secures it. Misery charges forward. GH, what's he got? Arctic Burn and nothing much else, so the trade will be there. Little collapse.
Interesting.
From 5
Misery
men.
only got 200 gold for that kill.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. 182 experience as well. That's not a lot. Doesn't seem like we lost any money really either. So not too bad for Team Nigma there.
Charge on Miracle. I don't think they can kill him, but at least they can try to harass him a bit, unless he misuses the blink. But no, Mag is not there, and even if he was, he has no mana just trying to secure the bounty runes.
At the very least, that move secures a couple of bounty runes for 5 men. Bottle refill for Chessie. But a really weird, unconventional tri-lane up top. Pilot Die, Misery on this Magnus Spirit Breaker. Double melee support. Struggling to find an avenue towards any kind of aggression this match.
Alina has boots coming to her, and she is level 6, so if she lands LSA on Zeus, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he's straight up dead. And Mind Control might be in a little bit of trouble bottom. Cutting Creep Wave. Ace is going to come in to try and find him. And he's still got 500 HP. Maybe Pylai Die can cut him off at the staircase as MC stuck around for a Creep Wave too many. Entangling Claws are there, and Zeus will secure the kill, while top lane RMN dropping also. Misery and Zibe. Almost found Miracle. 100 HP left on that Anti-Mage, but like you were mentioning before, Ring of Health plus the Ring of Regen keeping him topped up at least.
Yeah. RMN dying there. I think RMN stands for Rudy Molding Now. That's what it stands for.
Oh, you found the perfect one, Lacoste.
Yes,
you got
I
there
did.
in the end. Oh, that's a good one. Ace getting gone on. Splinter Blast slowing him down with the Arctic Burn. Mind Control trying to get around the tree and cuts through it. But Pylai Die arriving now with that Spirit Bear going wild. Who's he? It's a genuine question. Who is Pylai Die going to empower this game?
Bear.
It is just the bear?
I mean, he does not have a target. You can try to empower Spirit Breaker.
Oh, top lane RMN. Chased under the tower. Weehar's rotation comes in. Lina with a Laguna Blade just zaps Zibe down, and Misery, can he get away from this? There's a Light Strike Array being held. He tries to charge, but the stun hits.
Lands the stun.
Wee, beautifully done. First rotation gets 2 kills.
That's a good rotation. They not only saved one of the heroes, but got 2 kills, and now Anti-Mage will get some solo XP, get himself to level 6, and will continue to farm. Neutral items will start dropping right now. Let's see if he finds the Iron Talon, as he usually does. Good stuff for Zeus. Finds the Keen Optic. Spirit Breaker refills the bottle for him. They might start to play aggressively on V, but GH already there. Sitting behind him knows something's cooking.
Yeah, they know how fragile this Lina can be. Always needs backup. Cold Embrace could potentially save her life. But there is always a Zeus on the enemy team with a lot of magic damage. Mind Control has pretty much given up playing the lane properly. Just wave cutting. He's got raindrops now to try and mitigate any of that damage coming in. As Misery has made the long charge from top down to bot. And MC Centaur forced to stomp.
He's still 5.
Pylai Die still trying to stick around here, and has allowed Chessie to come in to gather up the kill.
At least I deigned to notice you.
Yeah, no stampede.
I believe Mind Control knew he was already dead and just tried to bought a bit of time.
And there's smoke up, heading top again, as Ace makes a nice little pull down bottom lane. Just trying to reset his wave, farming jungle camps. And he is incredibly farmed, 57-24. Nearly has that Mask of Madness. Oh, it is coming out, in fact. Towards his bear on the courier, and look at how Team Nigma are moving. They know Lone Druid is pretty much the win condition here for 5 men, so they're going to gather up around him. Light Strike Array, Laguna Blade, everything you've got. We pretty much solo kills the Lone Druid as they might think about pressuring the tier 1 bottom as Anti-Mage top. Charged up, there's the bash. Hitting him with a stun, but he blinks back And he looks perfectly
And Lina
fine.
is stopped
We with
now.
another rotation. We just moving from lane to lane, finding the stun, and Misery. He's just about done. RMN has to retreat as the skewer blocks the advance, but Chessie is the one to get the only kill from that top lane with a long-range global ulti.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We is being so
Dire's
active right now.
structures are fortified.
Getting all the runes, getting the big kills, especially the one on Lone Druid, helping AM on the top lane. I mean, he understands that he's not the win condition, AM is, and he needs to secure the lane. He's farming nicely, not the best one, sitting at 3.3k net worth at the moment. And who found the Iron Talon? It's 5 men. Charge.
Mind Control has to stampede away. So now AM
Radiant are
getting back
scanning.
into that jungle. Poor man's shield comes up for him, not too bad. There's the Radiant scan. Bounty runes are coming. Oh, Misery. So close to getting the charge, but in comes Lina now, and Misery has to bail. Too many Team Nigma heroes down here for him to contend with.
Undying almost got him. He almost stunned him. Just kidding. This hero can do so little.
They're still going in, though. Look at Ace. He has the Fairy Fire. He's got a 5-second cooldown on his bear respawn. RMN's Undying, deep in behind enemy lines. All the way under that tier 1. And Chessie forced to move in here for a kill on a pos 5.
Man proposes, God disposes.
It's very important
So
that
far.
your Zeus is getting the last hits, getting the kills, Etherlands, Keen Optic, a lot of mana regeneration on Zeus. And this is a fast-looking lineup from 5 men, where Lone Druid will get the Mask of Madness, possibly a Desolator, or maybe MKB as the next item. And you have Venomancer, who's farming nicely, and it's 4 points in Plague Wards, or Curse used.
And Wee's coming in. He's going to be able to get the Dragon Slave and just a couple of right clicks. Light Strike Array is there to secure the kill. And Team Nigma, it feels like they're kind of frantically moving around the map, but they're getting the big kills that they need to slow down this early game tempo that you're mentioning that 5 men have. They want to hit their item timings around Lone Druid, but they're being stalled a little bit here.
It's also very important that they keep their tier 1 towers alive. Mid one almost full HP. Same goes for the top. You know, you're playing against the Lone Druid, you're playing against the Venomancer. You want to keep them alive as long as you can. Ace, scouting things out on a bottom lane. It's hard to execute a gank with Nigma unless they use one of the ultis, like Wyvern into Lina stun and combo, or if Centaur is using ulti, because you have like Wyvern, who's not really a hero that wants to rotate, and, you know, you also have Undying.
That's why they're putting a lot of emphasis on this Centaur to try and get that Blink Dagger now. Lots of little items for MC as he buys up Cloak, Bracer, Phase Boots, even a little Ring of Protection there. Blink Dagger queued and 700 gold saved as Wee gets the Yules up, finding Pylai Die, but he got the Invis rune. Huh. Off he goes. Level 10 Zeus with Ether Lens. Chessie has just been sitting on his side of the river, pretty much farming. Try to accelerate into that Aghanim Scepter so they can look for those global pickoffs with the Spirit Breaker.
Now, no shenanigans, like everyone's just buying the cheapest possible items. Lone Druid going for Deso, he's getting straight Aghanim Scepter. Highlight Die, still Invis. Let's see if he decides to go for RP.
2 supports there, not the ideal targets. And no Observer Ward on the high ground, just a couple of sentries placed by either side. Quite uncommon, seeing Undying and Wyvern just holding a tower together. Lina farming back near her tier 1. AM is in his jungle. Centaur's holding on top, trying to defend against that Veno who just keeps pushing and pressuring. Glimmer Cape on Sibbe. Gonna help them out a little bit when that Lina does come looking for you. Charge. Stopped in its tracks. Mind Control with a great stomp there, keeping Misery at bay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Things slow down a little bit. 5 men looking again for those primary items, while this anti-mage on Team Nigma. Battle Fury closes in, and Miracle is always going to be that late game security for you.
It's still gonna be a decent timing on
Dire's
Battle
top
Fury,
tower
like
is under
15-minute mark,
Dire's
considering
top
that they
tower
did
has
not get
fallen.
any kills, they did not get any towers, and he got pressured a lot in the lanes. There was Spirit Breaker coming, there was Zeus ulti plus Venomancer put some pressure. Venomancer now going for Spirit Vessel. I think they definitely need that item. Like there's a bunch of heal coming out from Soul Rip and Vibrant's Cold Embrace.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it would be a great pickup for him.
You'll
In
set
towards
set up on
lane.
mid.
Yeah, they stopped the charge coming in, and now the Winter's Curse. Chessie stunned up, but they've got the Nether Strike. The Cold Embrace comes, but the magic damage is overwhelming. Now the Undying's on the run as the Stampede ends, and Lone Druid sends his bear forth. A couple of hits. In comes Misery as well with the charge in. RMN's about to drop, and so will GH. 5 men starting to run over Team Nigma, bringing the numbers into that mid lane, forcing them to fight around Alina again, who is very fragile right now.
Dire's middle tower
If she
is
uses
under
Yule
attack.
Scepter offensively,
Dire's
if you try to set things up, then you're not going to have an ability to stop a charge or take care of yourself, dispel things. This should be a quick and easy tier 1 tower for 5 men. Scan. Radiant connects. Mind Control getting close to his Blink Dagger, just 700 gold away. So he can start playing with the team. They also need another form of initiation besides the Centaur ulti.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they desperately need it. They can have Undying pretty much front line for them, try and bait stuff to start these fights, but Centaur needs to be that surprise initiation coming in from
Mind
the fog.
Control, he's
But
dead.
MC's about to die. They've got charge on him, so they see exactly where he's heading. Chessie just gives him the punches. And Roshan opens up. 5 men are into the pit. This has been really snappy, decisive maneuvering from 5 men. Even with Wii having a great start and getting those early kills, we see the dangers of picking that Lina last.
Maybe I should have went ham on that last pick, Lena. I'm just kidding. But we did a good job, but it's only things like you can do. He had some really nice rotations, but problem is your position 4s and 5s have not very maneuverable heroes, and you can't create that much space for AM. Like, Miracle will need to carry this one hard. Try to creep skip as much as he can. Battle Fury is online, but let's see how 5 men are gonna address this. They have Aegis on the Lone Druid, the Deso, and Mask of Madness ready, plus Empower, so Bear deals ton of damage to the towers, top lane pushing in. I don't think Nigma defends this tier 2 tower, so they need to get something out of the map.
Yeah, and Pylai Dai has been given a decent amount of farm. You take a look at him, and he's saved up 1,800 gold. Blink Dagger isn't far away. It's 17 minutes in, and Pylai Dai nearly has an item. The panel was saying that 5 men have done a great job in recent weeks especially, changing that farm distribution and priority of itemization. As Misery just going to go for, casual blade mail, giving much more of that net worth as Ace is just demolished by his own bear. 1 Winter's Curse and he dies. Trying to send it forward as the Yule's up will stop any skewer RP play. The Light Striker A in onto Pylai Dai and he's gone. Now Ace trying to get into true form, dodging out with a Savage Roar. Zippe gets a good ulti down as Wee's forced to turn and run. But Ace is losing his life slowly but surely, and the AM stops his TP. Glimmer capable by a bit of space, but Zippe is also trapped in behind the tier 2.
And now they're
3 for
chasing.
3. On to Misery we go, but he'll charge out of danger.
This is such a crucial Winter's Curse coming out from GH. Solo kills the Aegis on Lone Druid and stops this momentum that 5 men had. So they need to be very careful about it. Man, GH, what a player.
Super great setup. And that was a fight without Chessie, really, though.
Mid lane.
As he now has his Aghanims done. Nimbus is ready. Can we get it on top of the nice little Nether Strike there? They're holding on to it.
Nimbe was ready. He did not want to pop it.
I'm wondering if Chessie thought they just didn't have enough damage. Misery was going fully wild for it, though. It looked like they had a good shot.
Yeah, you mentioned the farm distribution that 5 men have between position 4s and 5s, where there was a game when Pi played Weaver and he had like 15-minute Aghanim Scepter on position 5, and I already mentioned that they should shift farm priority in this one, give Magnus a possible Blink Dagger so he can also follow up when they group up around the Winter's Curse or just group around the Tombstone. Blink Dagger ready on a Centaur in a second.
And then we'll have that blink on blink action. I even think, you're talking about the blink RP, I even think Pylodie might just have it in his mind, I've got to RP this anti-mage. They are lacking so heavily on lockdown that just having that ulti available for the key target in Miracle's AM might be worthwhile.
They will need to take care of Wyvern. This is the most important hero in a team fight. Take him out first, if possible, and they have good things to scout him out. They have good ways to close the gap with the Spirit Breaker, Zeus, Thunder God's Wrath, and even if they use like Cold Embrace, they can place Nimbus on top of that. Spirit Vessel completed, not just completed, he has 3 charges on it, so... Sibe, as he said that we need to call him.
I can't believe someone called him Cheeb. I really want to know who that caster is as well. When he said some caster called him Cheeb, I'm thinking, what? Thunder God's Wrath helps them get a kill on GH. As Team Nigma, they were grouping up down bottom. Solar up there keeps RMN a little healthier, but the charge arrives onto mind control. RMN's dropping very low. In comes the rest of 5 men, and they've cleared up a double kill for Chessie. Both supports down, and another strike's there. Mind control just pummeled into the ground. 16-9, and a 6k lead here. Putting 5 men in a really good stead just to keep this momentum going.
Chessie, he's getting all the last hits. Boosted travel ready on him, even more global presence once they use the charge. Blink Dagger finished on Mag. Now they're chasing Miracle. Not sure if they can get this kill. There's no real follow-up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Misery just asserting dominance. A charge into the bash. Force Miracle to blink all the way up to top. We is lurking, blinking, stunning, killing. Lone Druid yules up into the air now, but look at Wee, he's dying! Mind Control's arrived with a blink stomp, but the backstab comes in. Another strike. It's going to be trying to stun up Miracle as that Spirit Breaker just 1v1s the AM. AM's not winning that fight.
Yeah,
A great RP comes in from Pylodie, the empowered Spirit Breaker. That's where the damage is going to come from. Now RMN is backstabbed by Zibe. Ace is still making his escape as Mind Control hiding away in the trees. That play,
when the game
though...
started, you
What?
ask who's gonna get empowered. The answer is Spirit Breaker, Misery. Like, becoming a core, even though he's like 4 and a 5, he's not even a true position 4. But with the Empower, he can also clear the waves. Now, they're pushing the bottom. Oh, Mind Control. He also wants to creep skip as much as he can. Like, just stop the momentum. 11k gold lead for 5 men. Next Roche may respawn in 2.5 minutes. They lost the first Aegis very quickly, but there's still 2 tier 2 towers to take.
But you can see how much emphasis Team Nigma are putting on killing Lone Druid. We really going for it with that backstab all the way from that bottom right-hand corner. Even AM jumped into the midst of it all. Oh, Mind Control. His TP got cancelled out by the Nimbus. The charge was coming from Misery. They kept tabs on him, and the vision was there. Clumsy net from Misery again, and MC, he's going to be able to blink off to the side somewhere, but still with no TP, and the Thunder God's Wrath will scout him once more, so with Chessie arriving, it is as simple as you like.
It's very hard for them to play this type of a game, since you're playing against the Spirit Breaker's charge. Now, even with the Nimbus, they have a lot of ways to scout you out. If you're hiding in the trees, cancel your TPs. Manta style completed on AM. Like right now, Nigma, what they're doing and trying to do is just delay the game, let our anti-mage get another item, split push as much as we can without losing too many heroes.
Keep on
I see
buying
Venomancer
time.
queuing up Aghanim Scepter. It's a big item on Venom, but what I would prefer for him to get is Ethereal Blade. Like, you need some kind of save once Wyvern gets on top of someone. It could be a really game-changing item.
Especially if you have the Lone Druid Bear hitting people as well. We saw how quickly Ace died top. Now with Hyperstone on the Bear, attacking much faster.
The thing about the Ethereal Blade on Venomancer at this point is he can farm it easily. He can get that item in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, look at this. Pylodie has Blink and RP, and there's some big juicy heroes here for him to get, but he misses! Pylodie so close to beautiful perfection, yet so far away.
All right, we'll pretend we did not see that one.
It's too late,
Saw
Lacoste.
him, yeah. The outpost caught him. Miracle being charged on the mid.
They might commit for this. They're still going. Nimbus is ready as well. Miracle keeping the blinks going off to the right-hand side, and Misery does finally give up to stop and deward. The map is getting smaller, though, for Team Nigma. Top lane shoved by Ace Lone Druid. Full Assault Cuirass now done, as Roshan respawns in 1 minute 45. There's plenty of time here for 5 men just to keep forcing out these lanes and farming up.
Zeus is getting too much. Like, he's just a recipe away from Refresher. 2 ultis, 2 Nimbus, Nimbai.
They found mind control, hey? Clumsy net. Can they trap him inside the Nimbus? They don't even need to. Thunder God's Wrath. Again, super long range and getting that Chessie Zeus even closer to Refresher Orb, which is just a recipe away from. Lina does spot Ace on the low ground. Yules up the bear to try and make her escape now. RMN is charged. And this Undying has nowhere to go. You can't hide in your own forest. There's an angry bear on the hunt.
It's so little you can do with Undying at this point of the game. Like, you have max Soul Rip, max Tombstone, but your team is playing from behind. You're not fighting at all. Like, you're literally just a walking ward. Heal me, please. Let's see where the heroes are so my AM can get some farm on the map.
And kill some couriers. Out goes the Basher recipe. That would have pretty much finished it off for the Lone Druid Bear. Give them a little bit of added lockdown, which they are lacking. Zeus is being eyed up now by Nigma, though. Chessie showing on the map. Blink stun as Mind Control makes his move in.
Closing the gap.
Stampeding forward, but missing the Light Strike array. Chessie, though, doesn't really have a way to escape. Miracle's there to secure the kill, and the Wicked 6 streak, giving a lot of money to Miracle's anti-mage.
Yeah, they could have not asked for anything better to happen at this point. Venomancer, he's being alone. Okay, so Venomancer decided to go for a different kind of a item build, which I really like, instead of going for Aghanim Scepter. So some more armor, more attack speed if he wants to throw that on a bear, and it can also be a saving tool that I mentioned during the Winter's Curse. Just pop the armor on that ally, RMN, fishing, baiting, trying to see if they can overextend, put themselves in a bad spot, and the GH was ready with the Blink Dagger to just counter-initiate.
And you can see AM is farming just, a blink away from where this fight is starting to kick off. But Roshan being alive now gives 5 men a great opportunity to pop into the pit. While Anti-Mage is out on these lanes showing and shoving. They would love to get a pick off first, though. 1 Radiant Observer Ward deep in that dire jungle. Scouted out the Centaur and now the Undying. So they've got a good idea that there's 3 or so heroes up here, and they are charging in towards RMN. We is a bigger target, blinking away, the Lena's out. And RMN is just going to be left as a sacrifice here. Trails and crumbs of the path of Lena back to safety. Mind Control might actually still be in a spot of bother, but a great blink away. Tries the TP and succeeds.
And this is a pretty big item. Spirit Breaker with the Aghanim Scepter, so charge, lower cooldown, 6 second. That's pretty insane. And it's you can control, like, it's like AoE bash with a 6 second cooldown.
And he just keeps on going. Keep on chasing that AM. Roshan.
Another Roche.
You're absolutely right. Aegis and Cheese this time around. Spirit Bear has the Imp Claw. Lone Druid Hero has the Ring of Aquila, sharing out these neutral items very effectively. As Magnus Venno, they're moving down bottom. Nimbus forces out the Manta style. 2 supports holding onto the tier 2 against AM, Wyvern, and even Mind Control Centaur is lurking in the shadows, waiting for a brawl to kick off.
Haste.
This has been a great performance from 5 men so far, as Nigma, even with we having that, 3-1 start, now 3-2-8, he hasn't found himself any additional kills. His net worth is suffering as he now dips behind the Venomancer, and Anti-Mage isn't at the top of the board. That is the biggest biggest factor here for Nigma as they do stampede. Anti-Mage still hiding in the trees. Mind Control and GH trying to blink away, but Misery has that charge forward, keeping eyes on the target, and Centaur is going to get slowed down and just damaged over time, little by little, by the Venomats around the Spirit Breaker. While AM clears up the bottom tier 2, sorry, and he's baiting with an illusion. Look at that, they're charging an illusion. Got ya!
Now Mag was ready to RP.
He sure
Realized there's no way this is real AM. Man, Misery is getting so much farm with the Empower.
Yeah, almost 10,000 now. That's a good way to accelerate your position 4. Yeah, Mag gets blinked. He's got 1,600 gold saved up on Pile Die, in fact. Curious to see what he goes next. They already have. Oh, are they still going on AM? Light Strike Array towards Misery, and the illusions do burn through the majority of his mana. We and Miracle looking to get out of danger.
I feel like Nigma
Abyssal Blade
didn't
mid.
want to take a fight at all
Mind
this
Control.
game.
Oh, is he going to get out of here? Thunder God's Wrath, not enough, but the second Nimbus. Refresher Orb shown off, and RMN has walked into the middle of this disgusting fight. Throws his tombstone down. That's going to be free gold as 5 men clear up 2 kills and on the doorstep of the Dire team.
If they misuse Winter's Curse, this game might just end it, or at least they get 2 set of Raxes.
Well, Ace has to be careful to not get all cursed up and hit by his bear.
Right now, they're super spread. They're doing it nicely. No, they're not giving chance of Winter Wyvern to land a good curse.
Tanking up the tower. Spreading wide. As Pile Die jumped in. Anti-Mage makes that first move, but Pile Die has the Thunder Cape to save him, and the charge arriving. Misery's in with the clumsy net on the AM. The Abyssal Blade catches GH. Wyvern's down. Forced to buy back as Mind Control leaps into action. TP straight to the front lines. But 5 men, they've got a tier 3. They're forced to buy back from Wyvern. They don't really have to keep forcing things when they have another 2 minutes left on the Aegis.
Nothing for your troubles.
Miracle's still holding the front line. Needs to be careful. Mag doesn't have any mana. He just brought a Clarity and a Mango. It's still not going to be enough for any like big kind of plays. You also need to be using Empower on the Bear, Spirit Breaker, pinging the bottom. Like, I need to clear this. Let's just go through the bottom. We force the buyback from Winter Wyvern, and if we kill him one more time, then we have a good opener going for the Raxes.
Yeah, they just have to wait for about a minute and a half. Refresher Orb cooldown is coming back up for
Double
Zeus.
damage. It's almost 500 damage on Spirit Bear.
Holy shit.
And a
Okay,
spell.
the Yules. Yeah. Bless the Yules on Lena.
Hype gone.
See ya. Buildings still alive. Oh, Misery, like you said, he clears out bottom. Now he charges top. That Aghanim Scepter letting him get across the map incredibly speedily. And Refresher
On
Orb.
top, he will scout it out. So Zeus will pick it up. Refresher ready in 40 seconds. They will have 2 Nimbis and Thunder God's Red 2 times.
And you can see Chessie blinking and spider legging all the way to that top rune. And they've drawn the lines on the map. Pilot Eye says, let's close them in. Don't give this AM an opportunity to get out and split push. And you can see how afraid Miracle is. He hasn't left the base in a good 2.5 minutes. Usually an anti-mage in this kind of situation, he would be, behind tier 1 mid lane, like where they're pinging now. Orange pings mid lane saying, keep that creep wave alive, because AM could go and take it.
Check Spirit Breaker. He went for Echo Saber.
Hell
Even
yeah.
more farming tools, like I want to fight, he knows that he will scale. And I love the build because he's playing against the AM. They just want to have an extra hero. Imagine scoring a bash on AM in a crucial situation because of the double hit.
That'll be huge.
It's gone.
And there's the jump onto the bear. Trying to bring it down, but it's tanky. Doesn't have any mana left. But it's going to rip through the barracks. Hot knife through Butterlist. Big old teddy bear. RMN pops his ulti, but in comes the Thunder God's Wrath. The charge forward as well towards GH, and they've blown up both
GH
supports.
gone.
No buyback on the Winter Wyvern, so no Winter's Curse. And Dying buys back, and Mind Control blinks in. Misery stomped up, but he's so tanky. 3,000 HP on this Spirit Breaker with a Glimmer Cape and a Solar Crest on him. 5 men are running away with this game now.
I don't see Nigma winning a team fight when there's no Wyvern. Like, there is no counterplay once they decide to go in. And AM, he needs to be careful. If he pops the Manta style right now, then he does not have a defensive tool. Our man gone.
And where is the anti-mage? He's in the fountain. He's hiding. The coward doesn't want to fight. He jumps forward now to try and take down the Zeus, but Weehar's already gone. No buyback on Lina, and it's AM against the world. He's bashed up and cleared out, and that's got to be game over. A double kill for Ace as 5 men sprint towards victory here in game 1. Ace Lone Druid breaking the losing streak and looking really good doing it.
Yeah, GG is called. I love how they executed their lineup. They were getting so many kills on Chessie. They itemized perfectly. Mask of Madness, going for the Deso.